start the second topic of module 1, which is very simple topic, like how we are going to index the array elements. So for that, if suppose that I'm considering one-dimensional array, and that array I am creating with the help of NumPy. That is, if I am writing small a equals to np dot array within the big bracket 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that means it will create a homogeneous array and the dimension is 1. So with the help of command np.array, we can create a homogeneous n-dimensional array. So now let us consider I wanted to create any array of the entry 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what I will do in the Python program, first line import numpy as np, and the second line I'm going to say that this array which I'm going to create is small a. So small a equals to np dot array within the big bracket. If I'm writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that means it will create the array and you will get the output as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 within the big bracket. Just now in the model first topic, I have explained this, that this is an homogeneous array. And now what will be the indexing? The first element will be represented by small a 0. That means it is the 0th element of an array A. The second element will be represented by small a within the big bracket 1. That means we can say that it is the first element of, that is the second element of your array. So the numbering, we can say that indexing of an array. So if I am saying that any array within the big bracket is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then the first element of this array will be A0. That is the, we can say that A0 is nothing but 1. Then what will be A1? A1 is nothing but 1. A2 is nothing but A0 is nothing but 1. A1 is nothing but 2, and A2 is nothing but 3. So that means the name of elements, or you can say that if I am saying that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then what will be the name in terms of index of this array of element 3? It will be A2, right? So that indexing is nothing but, we can say that the reference number of an array elements. So if you are having 10 entries in the array, then a last element, the name will be A9. Or sorry, it will be A9 because total elements entry is how much? 10. Out of 10 elements, the last entry, any entry, let us consider I'm writing 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. The array elements, let us consider array elements is nothing but 10, 12, 11, 12, 13, 14. And I am giving the name of this array is a small a. Then how we can say that my second entry of this array? Then I can say that A1, small a within bracket 1. That is known as indexing. That means how you are going to identify the array elements within the array. Okay, so it is just nothing but the name of elements. So if I am writing any arrays, let us consider within bracket 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now if I will ask you, this name of array is small a, and I wanted to know what is my second entry of this array, that is nothing but indexing of array. So I will say that a within bracket, the second entry means A2. So what will be that? A2 means third entry. So 10, 11, 12. So I will say that A2 is nothing but 12. So basically indexing is nothing but the representation of array elements, and which we can write in terms of the name of the array, and entry will start from 0, 1, 2 and so on. So if I say that if any, now the things I think the concept is very clear. What do you mean by indexing? Indexing is nothing but the reference of the elements with respect to array. So if you have any array which is represented by small a, So let us consider small a is my array, and small a equals to within bracket 10, 11, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So in that case, if I wanted to know what is my third entry, what is my third array element, then I can write a big bracket 2 equals to 10, 11, 12. So it will be 12 because it will start the numbering from 0, 1, 2. And then we say that it is nothing but the third entry of array is nothing but 12. So we can say that small a big bracket 2 is equals to 12. So this is also known as the concept of indexing. And in the simple way, we can understand the elements of array. Okay, now what is the next concept here? As I said you, the dimension of an array, how we can define the dimension. So let us consider, my dear friend, exactly if I am writing two-dimensional array. Let us consider I wanted to write two-dimensional array. So it will be having two axes. Two dimension means two axes. Now what do you mean by two axes? It is having first axis, which is known as number of rows, and then second axis is known as column. Now, my dear friend, if I am writing two-dimensional array, I can write number of rows equals to 2. And in each row, the number of elements will be in a vertical column, pillar wise. That is nothing but number of columns. So when I say that, let us consider the row. If I am writing within the big bracket 2 rows, then it will be represented as 2 dimension. And each row, how many elements are there? That is known as columns. Okay, so two-dimensional array will be having two axes. The first axis is what? Number of rows. Okay, the first axis is nothing but number of rows, and the second axis is known as column. Number of columns, or we can say that number of column. So two dimension means two axes. Three dimension means three axes. Let us consider with a simple example. If I wanted to tell two-dimensional array, then first I will write within big brackets, and then I'm writing in that. Let us consider the first array is first row elements. I'm writing again within big bracket. Let us consider 0, 0, 0. I close that big bracket. Then in the second line, or we can say that in the second row, again within big brackets, I'm writing 1, 1, 1. So how many rows? And I close the big brackets, as you are able to know that. So how many rows are there? 2 rows are there. And then how many axes are there? Total 2 axes. First axis is row, which is having 2 lengths because 2 rows are there. And then second axis is what? How many elements? 3 elements, because length is 3. So we can say 3 columns. So two-dimensional array means two axes. I think the concept is very clear. So the second topics, we can say that we know how to create an array with the help of command np.array. We will create any array. Okay. Now, when we say that np means, it stands for numpy, because you are importing numpy as np, and then np.array, you can create any array. And with the help of numpy, we understand that it will create only homogeneous array. That means the data type will be 1. And then what do you mean by dimension? Two dimension means it will be having two axes. So the first axis is nothing but row, length of row, and the second axis is nothing but length of column, or we can say that it is nothing but columns. Now, so two dimensional means two row, and each row will be having columns. That is nothing but the second axis. So when we say that, okay, till here I understood that what do you mean by what do you mean by this one? What do you mean by homogeneous array? What do you mean by indexing of array? That means nothing but how we can represent the array elements with their name, like what will be the entry of my third element of the array. So we can say that, okay, it is an indexing of array. So the concept of indexing of array is clear. Then second thing, what is the dimension of array is clear. How we can define the dimension of array and how we can create any array. So the concept is still now what we learn is nothing but how to create an array with the help of command np.array. You will get an array. Now, second thing is that how we can index the array elements. That also concept is clear. That is nothing but the name of elements entered in the array. And then second thing is that how we are going to define the dimension of array with the help of axis. And we know that 2 dimension is 2 axis. The first axis is row and second axis is nothing but column. Okay, so till here we understood very simple way. Now I wanted to create a 2-dimensional array. That means again you can, let us consider, you can create an array with the help of np.array, and that you have given the name small a. So you can write in the program a equals to, that is small a, then nothing but the name of array which you are going to create with the help of numpy. So first line what I will write, import numpy as np. Okay, second line I wanted to create an array, so small a equals to np.array and give the entry 1, 2, 3. It is a 1-dimensional array because it is having one, what we can say, it is having 1-dimensional array. Why? Because it is having only one row. So 1, 2, 3. Now, in that case, my dear friend, what we say that till here we understood that how we can create the array, and now what is the indexing? That means number that name of the array element. So what is the name of the array you have given? A, small a. Now I wanted to create, like, let us consider 1, 2, 3. So you created np.array 1, 2, 3, and I wanted to read the second element of my array. And what is the second element? The name will be small a within bracket. A0 will be first element, A1 will be second element, and A2 will be third element. So if that is known as indexing. So if I wanted to know what is my A1, that means what is my second element of the array, and then that is nothing but indexing. So things are very clear till here. We understood what is dimension of array. We understood what is indexing of array, and in the next, and how to create an array. Okay, thank you.